It's Friday. We are now at the Western Wall. Some of you call it by mistake the Wailing Wall. And we're going to discuss about what it is and why it's so important for the Jews. And is it the most important for the Jews or not? And why it's important for the Christians? For instance, today we're going to bless the cross with a Lord's Prayer on it at the Western Wall for Susan and Pual Italiano. If you want, they asked me to do that. If you want to have your own cross, and I do different crosses in the Bible, it's not a problem. Go into the description of that video, which is just below that video, and look for the link of Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal, and you will understand exactly what to do. I will bless it at the Western Wall, and I will send it on. Then they will have their own video on YouTube, and they will have that cross at their houses, and I'm sending it to most of the countries in the world. Then what is the Western Wall? Let's start with what is Mount Moriah. Mount Moriah, it's the place that, according to God, the foundation of the Word, the center of the Word. When God created the world, He had to start from somewhere, and that somewhere is Mount Moriah. Let's continue with it. That when Adam and Eve were kicked out from Eden, they went straight down to the foundation stone. And then God, Abraham was sacrificed, or almost sacrificed Isaac on top of that stone, Mount Moriah. And I'm Isaac. My name is Zahi, but it's actually Isaac. Very complicated to explain. Then my father Abraham almost sacrificed me there. And then God told the Jews to build his house, his temple, on top of it. Then now, when you know why it's so important for the Jews, let's continue with our tour.
2 minutes, I will go out. I will go.
No. Feel free. I'm going, that you will have better. Then, what you hear in the background is the muezzin, and this is the most important prayer of the week for the Muslims. They are there. We will build everything, and you will understand it as well.
No, the other way.
That was funny. Then, the Western Wall. The Western Wall is bigger than what you think. But let's start to talk about the two Jewish temples, actually 2.5. The first one was built by King Solomon, the son of King David, mainly because King David was punished by God. He was a little bit naughty in a way. Then God didn't let him build the temple. His son, King Solomon, built it. The second temple was built by King Herod, and he actually was built it on the on a temple that Ezra and Nehemiah built. But there it was nothing to roam home about, and King David liked to do two things. Study to kill people, remember the innocent children, and that every Christian knows. But let me tell you that Christians, the innocent children were Jewish children. Another reason why the Jews didn't like King Herod. Then in that case, he liked to do that, but he liked to impress the rest. He built Caesarea for Augustus Caesar. He built Masada for himself, and here he built a Jewish temple. The only problem is that the stone, the Holy of the Holy, and I will go backward to show you a little bit of the Dome of the Rock, and you will understand where is the Holy of the Holy for the Jews. Then Mount Moriah is a small hill, even lower the small hill, and it couldn't impress the people by building a small temple. What he did, he destroyed everything that was around it. Destroy villages, destroy houses, and then he built 4 walls to create a plaza. What you're looking at is the beginning of the Western Wall. And then you can see the Muslim quarter, but the Western Wall goes back, it's like 1,500 feet, around 500 meters. Then what you see is only a small part. That is where the Jews can pray, mainly because that's the only place that's left for prayer here, and next to the Jewish quarter. And the plaza is so small compared to the Western Wall. You can see now the Dome of the Rock. And that is the site of the Muslims today. This is the Al-Aqsa Mosque. The Dome of the Rock was the Jewish temple, and it was between 2 to 3 times higher. You can understand how impressive it was. Today, according to what the Muslims believe, Muhammad ascended into heaven from the ascension, from the foundation stone, and he got the 5 prayers of a day. Then for the Muslims, it's the 3rd most important place in the world. For the Jews, it's the only important place for them. Then you can understand the debate here. Then the Western Wall is only a wall of the plaza, supporting plaza. It's not supposed to be holy, but the Jews cannot pray in the Muslim place, mainly because the Muslim won't let them do that. And secondly, the Jews don't want to pray in kind of a mosque. And in that case, they are praying through the wall, through the temple. Now, for the one who always asking why the Jews are praying through the wall, they are not. They are praying through the house of God, the Holy of the Holy. And the lovely thing here that Susan and Paul actually mentioned, that they are praying the prayer of Shema every morning and every night, like every religious Jew. And this is amazing. Now, I'm sure that you're doing it in English, but here I will do it in Hebrew, and I wrote the prayer for you right there. Then, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. I will say it again. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. For you, in English, it will be like that. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. And this is the centerpiece of the morning and evening Jewish prayer service. If there is something that every Jew knows, even if he is not religious, is Shema Yisrael. Then it's the most important part of the prayer. And it's from the Bible. Then in that case, that was so important for me to tell you, Susan, or to read it for you, Susan and Paul. And I will be so happy. Actually, I was so happy to do that for you. I feel so blessed by doing it, and thank you very much. Another thing that I will do, people ask me to light some candles at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Then there are a few papers here, right here. Let me go back to, yes. And with so many names of people who ask me to do that, I'm doing it twice a week. And I cannot throw the notes, it's holy. Then when I'm reaching the Western Wall, I'm putting it there. There's a tradition to leave a note between the Western Wall stones. The minute you are doing it, it became holy. Ta-da-dum. And when it's holy, you cannot throw it to the garbage. Then they just collect it from time to time, at least twice a year. And then they bury it at Mount of Olives. Then all the notes of your blessing, of your candles, and of your support will be forever at Mount of Olives. And if you want to do that, again, remember, the only way is by Buy Me a Coffee link or PayPal, and it's at the description. Now, it's a synagogue. Then they divided it into men's section and women's section. You can see the women's section, and you can see an ugly bridge. That ugly bridge, wooden bridge, is the only entrance for non-Muslims to the Temple Mount, and you can do that twice a day. But not including Friday and Saturday. And I do have some videos that I took, and you can actually watch it on my YouTube. And yes, I will be more than happy if you will subscribe my channel. The man department is a little bit bigger. For me, it's like a little bit sad. Another thing that you will see soon is that the men department has got an air-conditioned place. What about the women? You got it. But I must tell you something. If you want to pray together, men and women, there's another section here that you can do that. Then in that case, it's okay. It's more than okay to do that. And now when we know it's Susan and Pual Italiano, love that name. Let's go into the men's department. Sadly, I cannot go into the women department. For that, I will have to put a yarmulke, kippah. A yarmulke will separate me from God. The Jews are praying straight to God. They don't need a priest for that. Then in that case, that's what they're doing. And the man, you can see that he's purified his hand. The Christians, if you are praying, you're praying through the priest, and the priest will have a hat. Then it looks different, but it's actually the same. Then let's enter to the western wall, and I will take a kippah. And guess what? I will try to send it to you as well. The kippah that I used, Susan and Paul. Let me take a kippah that no one used. I put it on my head, and I wish that there will be no wind, that it won't fall from my head. They're putting the tefillin on the head and on the hand. God told the Jews to do that once a day, and if you are from 13 years old and up, you must do that. Another important thing is that 7 stones from down to up is from the time of King Herod. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see that there's kind of a frame there. Let's bless our cross, Suzanne, and I will. Oops, it fell. I'm running after my kippah. Put it back on my head. I do have a hat in my bag, but I cannot stop the video. Oh, look at the bird. Look at the bird, hello birdie. And you can see here the women section. We are at the beginning of the men's section. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Then I will look for a big place to put the notes in. Let me see that I'm using the right one. good place, but I don't want to disturb him. I will do it slowly. Another important thing I want you to see that he didn't use a man. I'm talking about King Herod. There's a gap of 2 centimeters between one stone to another. Look at the frame. This is King Herod. Now we are entering, Susan, to a place that you cannot enter. Even here you cannot enter, but now you can with me. And this is the air-conditioned part. And it is part of the Western Wall. 3 times a day, a Jew must pray. This is, as I believe, the second part. Second prayer. Inside that ark, you can find a Torah scroll. And you say Mincha here. Second prayer here. We need 10 people, 10 men to pray Mincha. Why they are moving like that or another? I call it meditation. If you are reading a lot, then meditation can be a very good idea as well. Let's listen to the prayer. Below you, beneath you, is the street from the time of King Herod / Jesus. And there's a wonderful tour called the Western Wall Tunnels Tour, and you can actually do that. I can watch my videos, you will find it. Today the Shabbat will enter around 1843. I think now, Susan, you know more about the Western Wall, and the most important thing is that I actually prayed just like you are praying, but this time in Hebrew. I don't know if you are praying in Hebrew or in English, but now you do have the version in Hebrew as well, because as I believe Jesus didn't speak English. But at least I'm not sure that he did it. That Western Wall Plaza, it's not the Holy of the Holy for the Jews, but it's very important and the most important synagogue ever. See you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Bye bye.